November 11th, 1918, 11 a.m. The guns fell silent after more than 4 years of unimaginable horror. But the story of how World War I ended isn't as simple as an armistice signing. From desperate negotiations to the last tragic deaths that occurred minutes before peace, this is the story of the final hours of the Great War, told moment by moment. In this video, we'll explore the decisions, emotions, and chaos of November 11th, 1918, and how the end of one war set the stage for its 5 o'clock in the morning, northern France. In a railway carriage deep inside the Compiègne forest, German delegates sit across from the Allied Supreme Commander, Marshal Ferdinand Foch. The room is cold, the air heavy. Outside, frost clings to the windows. The German Empire is collapsing. Soldiers are deserting, revolution is spreading, and the Kaiser has fled into exile. After 4 years of slaughter, Germany is ready to surrender. Foch slides the armistice document across the table. The terms are harsh: unconditional withdrawal, the surrender of weapons, and the continuation of the Allied blockade. But there's no room for negotiation. At 5:12 a.m., the Germans sign. The war will end at 11 a.m. Exactly 6 hours later. But here's the tragic irony. For the soldiers still fighting at the front, those 6 hours would become some of the deadliest of the war. Orders were unclear. Some generals insisted on continuing offensives right up until the ceasefire. Others saw it as an opportunity to gain ground before peace froze the lines forever. At 6 a.m., the guns are still roaring. American, British, French, and German troops are locked in combat across the Western Front. In the fog and mud, no one truly believes the war is about to end. Rumours spread through the trenches. It's over. The armistice is signed. Don't fire. But the orders keep coming. Advance. Capture that village. Hold that bridge. Narrator: Private Henry Gunther of the U.S. 313th Infantry was one of them. At 10:59 a.m., with just 1 minute to go before the ceasefire, he charged a German machine gun position near Meuse. The Germans, knowing peace was seconds away, tried to wave him off. But Gunther kept advancing. A single burst of gunfire cut him down. He was the last soldier killed in World War I, 1 minute before the armistice took effect. At 11 a.m., all along the Western Front, the guns finally fell silent. After more than 4 years, 20 million dead, and 21 million wounded, the Great War was over. Soldiers stepped out from their trenches in disbelief. Some cheered, some wept, and some simply stood still, stunned by the sudden silence. But peace was fragile. The armistice wasn't a treaty, it was a truce. The real peace negotiations would drag on for months, culminating in the Treaty of Versailles the following year. Germany would be blamed entirely for the war. The map of Europe would be redrawn. And the conditions of peace, the humiliation, the economic collapse, the bitterness, would sow the seeds for something even darker: the rise of Adolf Hitler and the Second World War just 2 decades later. The last hours of World War I remind us of the tragedy of human stubbornness, that even in the face of peace, men were ordered to die. At 11 a.m., November 11th, the guns fell silent. But the echoes of that silence shaped the century that followed. If you found this story powerful, consider subscribing for more deep dives into history's turning points. Because the past doesn't just fade, it whispers lessons for the future.